What's up everyone, John here, and welcome back to another Dark Souls 3 video. Today I'm going to be showing you one of the best strength builds in Dark Souls 3, in my opinion. Now all I'm doing is using full Morn armor and a Dragon Slayer Great Axe or Morn's Hammer. I was using both for this video, but you can use either or. Because Morn's Hammer is a lot harder to wield. You need 50 strength and 30 faith just to be able to use it, while Dragon Slayer Great Axe you only need 40 strength. And all you have to do is beat that one boss, I forget, but once you get his soul, you go back, bring it back to the guy at the shrine, and you could get the Dragon Slayer Great Axe there. For Morn's Hammer, it's actually pretty easy. All you have to do is kill Morn. He will drop his, he will drop, like, all, like, the weapon, Morn's Hammer, or whatever I'm trying to say. And, his armor, to get his armor, you just go back to the shrine and go to the lady where you buy all the weapons and stuff from, and his armor will be right there. And it's pretty cheap, too. But it is very heavy, so I'd recommend having, like, at least 40-something vitality. And if it's 50, if you can, but 40 something, and then just use Havel's Ring, because once you get Havel's Ring, it gives you like +7 on weight. So you, so if you're like 40, level 40 weight, then you could be like 47 weight with the ring. I do have 50 vitality just to wear all of Morn's armor, because it is very heavy what he wears. And Morn's Hammer, I do prefer Morn's Hammer, I think, for most situations. The L2 with Morn's Hammer is very good. The rolling attack with Morn's Hammer also has a lot of range and does a lot of damage. As you can see here, like that's the Night Slayer ring right there, because like people with shields who are very annoying. Like trust me, I hate people with shields, but it takes away all their stamina in like literally one hit, so it's very effective just to use like the Night Slayer ring against someone with shield. Like if you're facing someone with a Dark Sword and Havel's shield, just put on the Night Slayer ring, and you'll knock away their shield in 1 or 2 hits. Not even joking. And you have a third hit, just like hit them straight on, give it like 500 damage or something, depending if you're using a heavy weapon, which if you use this class you will be. Now Morn's armor and hammer is pretty easy to get. Just, you know, kill Morn like I said. And yeah, it is heavy. This does like provide the best protection, I think, out of most armors in the game. Like Dragon Slayer armor, which is the one I was using before this, it is lighter but doesn't provide quite as much protection as this does. And you could use Smoth's or Havel's armor, because both of them do provide very good protection. But Havel's is much heavier than this, so is Smoth's. So for the weight that this like the cost and like how much protection it provides, it's probably one of the best in the game. As you can see here, the Dragon Slayer Great Axe though, when you hit them once, it like staggers them, so you can easily get a second hit off, and you do a ton of damage. Like look at that, I just did 364 damage for 1 hit, and the second hit is basically guaranteed, so you can get like 700 or 800 damage, depending on how much armor they have. Which you will see, I'm just demolishing people. Like this guy does 724, and he has Dragon Slayer armor, which is, my opinion, is one of the best armors you can have in this game. Because it does take hits very well, like it takes physical hits. But Morn's armor is definitely better for like magic and everything, because it actually has magic protection, while Dragon Slayer armor does not have that much. As you can see here, I'm facing a guy with a shield again. He doesn't actually try to block it. Oh, actually, I think he does at one point. His shield just gets smacked away, and he doesn't stand a chance. Now, people can parry the Dragon Slayer armor, kind of. It's hard to, but you can parry it even if it is two-handed. While with Morn's Hammer, you cannot parry it at all, which makes it very useful in PvP against people with parry shields and Dark Swords and stuff. Even though the Dark Sword has been patched, it's still pretty effective, so watch out for that. I know you'll be saying, like, you're looking at all these clips and you're saying, like, you're pretty cheap, you're just an Eldritch Faithful, just 3v1ing some guys. But it took me a while to actually get these clips, so people think when you're Eldritch Faithful, you know, you just 3v1 some guy almost all the time. That's not really what happens, because most of the time the host is prepared for Eldritch Faithful, so usually it's like a 1v3, like so the host has, you know, 2 Phantoms there, and himself, and he's waiting by the spawn for you, so it's very hard to get these clips. If you want to, like, raid people and get good at it, like, put down a red soapstone. I'm not sure how to get that, you can just, like, YouTube it, I'm pretty sure, but once you get the red soapstone, you can put it down at the high wall of Lothric or something like that, and people will call you in for, like, a 1v1 and everything. And that's how you get better. You just like, usually when you're 1v1ing someone, they won't use Flask, and if they do, then you can too. But like, it's a lot better because if you don't use Flask, then you can figure out how much health you have, how much like hits you could take, and you can see like the different play styles you like to use. Now, yeah, I would just recommend Morn's armor out of all the armor. If you don't have the vigor, then use something lighter, just like the Dragon Slayer armor if you have to. But I would definitely recommend Morn, because you can see like his full R2 move that guy just did only took out like a little bit less than half my health bar. That would usually like take out like 3/4 of someone else's health bar. I forget what it's called, but yeah, you can see right there where they just send you flying up in the air. That's the L2 move he does. And as you can see with this guy who is weak to lightning damage, I'm doing 924 damage with 2 hits and only 462 with 1. That's still insane though. People that have good lightning resistance like Havel's armor still does 300 damage to them, so It's a very effective class. This is my favorite class I've come across in this game. Like, the best armor I've used, and Dragon Slug, Red Axe, and Morin's, like, Hammer are the two best weapons. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions for me, leave it in the comment section down below, and I hope you enjoyed the